Welcome to downtown Fredonia, New York for tonight's meeting of the Board of Trustees for the Village of Fredonia. It is July 22nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. I'm your mayor, Michael Ferguson. Call this meeting to order and roll call the trustees. Twitchell?
Here.
Trustee Brockler?
Here.
Trustee Wandel?
Here.
Trustee Esperson?
Here.
Trustee Syracuse will not be with us at tonight's meeting. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. There's a couple things I want to bring to light before we get into the agenda. Number one, we welcome you to come into Village Hall during operating hours and take a look at the Great Lakes Effects Students Art Program. These are students that won awards at the Chautauqua County Fair that just wrapped up yesterday. And there's a display in the lobby. It's absolutely free. And you can get information on Great Lake Effects as well. And they will be in the lobby for the next 2 weeks. Our summer program, while we had a record number of over 320 children sign up for the summer rec program this year, we are having a low attendance at the Gardner Street Playground. So Kayla Sullivan, our recreation director, along with member of the boards, have decided that the Gardner Street Playground will close after tomorrow morning session. There will be no afternoon session and no other sessions throughout the summer. You can still use the swings, you can still use the slides and the equipment, but there won't be a summer rec program at Gardner Street only. You can join the crew at Lambert and Russell Joy Park for the rest of the summer program. So we want to congratulate the program, and again, a new record of over 320 participants this year. And had a chance last week to meet with some of the wonderful counselors, and they did a fantastic job. So with that being said, the approval of the minutes.
Whereas members of this board have read the official minutes of the Board of Trustees regular meeting of July 8th, 2024. Now therefore, be it resolved that the board hereby approves the minutes as entered into the official minutes, and be it further resolved that the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wandel?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
This portion of the meeting is for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to speak, once recognized, shall stand at the microphone and state their name and address. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes if speaking for themselves, or 5 minutes if speaking on behalf of a group. I will ask the speakers to refrain from remarks that are in poor taste, slanderous, or not germane to any action taken or contemplated by the board.
Is there anybody on the list to speak tonight? No. Okay, the public portion is closed. Correspondence.
Correspondence dated July 10th, 2024 was received from Larry Fiorella, chairperson for the Red, White, and Blues Festival, requesting the following uses of village property for the annual Red, White, and Blues Festival on September 6th and 7th, 2024.
Be it resolved that the request from Village of Fredonia to use the gazebo in Barker Common Friday, September 6th and Saturday, September 7th, 2024 for the Red, White, and Blues Festival and 9/11 Motorcycle Memorial Run is hereby approved as set forth and attached to these minutes and available in the village clerk's office, 9 to 11 Church Street, Fredonia, New York, 14063.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wandel?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Correspondence dated July 12th, 2024 was received from Carl Bolter, president of the Fredonia Jazz Society, requesting permission to hang a banner across Temple Street starting September 9th, 2024 to be taken down after September 21st.
Be it resolved that the Fredonia Jazz Society has permission to hang a banner across the telephone wires located between Family Church Fredonia and the Fredonia Village Hall starting on September 9th and ending September 21st. And be it further resolved that the DFT Communications and National Grid will be notified of the board's approval and be provided with the required certificates of insurance, and Fredonia Jazz Society will provide a certificate of insurance naming the Village of Fredonia as additionally insured.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wandel?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Correspondence dated July 10th, 2024 was received from the Secretary of the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department requesting the name Krista Hagberg be added to the active roll.
Be resolved that the request to move Christina Hagberg, 1 Birch Drive, Fredonia, to the active role of Fredonia Volunteer Department is hereby approved.
Second.
Trustee Brockler.
Aye.
Trustee Wandell.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Correspondence dated July 10th, 2024 was received from the Secretary of the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department requesting the following names be removed from the active roll: Kevin Pimentel, Richard Lee, and Ronald Chojak.
Be it resolved that the request to remove the following individuals, Kevin Pimentel, Richard Lee, and Ronald Trojak, from the active role of the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department is hereby approved.
Second.
Trustee Brockler.
Aye.
Trustee Wandell.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Correspondence dated July 10th, 2024 was received from the Secretary of the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department requesting the names Thomas Fisher and Robert Fidel be removed from the active roll and transferred to the honor roll.
Be resolved that the request to transfer the names Thomas Fisher and Robert Fidel from the active roll to the honor roll is hereby approved. And I might add, Thomas Fisher has 50 years active and Robert has 32 years, and they're to be honored for that.
I second.
Trustee Brockler.
Aye.
Trustee Wandell.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Correspondence dated July 15th, 2024 was received from Lauren Boyle and Greg Krause, co-chairs of the Fredonia Farm Festival, requesting to schedule the 56th Annual Fredonia Farm Festival for the weekend of August 24th and 25th, 2024.
Be it resolved that the request from Fredonia Farm Festival to hold the 56th Annual Farm Festival on the weekend of August 24th and 25th, 2024 is hereby approved as set forth and attached to these minutes and available in the Village Clerk's Office, 9 to 11 Church Street, Fredonia, New York, 14063.
Second.
Trustee Wandell.
Aye.
Trustee Brockler.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Mayor's report. On July 9th, we attended a Democratic picnic in Russell Joy Park on the 10th and 11th. I attended the New York Commission of Mayors Conference in Oswego. The entire focus of the weekend was revitalizing your village, your town, and your city. And we came back with a lot of great information that we hope will flesh itself out here locally in the very near future. On July 12th, I met with Police Chief Dave Price to discuss the construction of a new evidence room in the lower level of Village Hall. On the 12th, we met with officials of Chautauqua County Soil and Water and Lake Erie Management Group to discuss progress on grants initiatives for our banks in Canada Way Creek. We'll have some exciting news coming up in the fall, and I want to thank Trustee Twitchell for her involvement in that process as well. Can't talk about it yet, but you'll be very pleased. Also attending the Brooks Collida Employee Picnic on the grounds of the new Brooks Hospital location on Main Street. Thank you to Ken Morris and his team for the kind invitation. Trustees Twitchell and Wandell were also in attendance. On Saturday, July 13th, I met up with former Mayor Frank Pagano and also attended the Fredonia American Legion's first annual pup crawl. That's PUP, which had over 20 dogs and their owners in attendance to walk from local pub to raise money for therapy dogs for veterans. I had a chance to speak with one veteran that said his dog has literally saved his life. Each dog cost around $2,500 to train and get ready to help any area veteran. About 50% of that goal was reached that day. There will be a chicken barbecue held in the near future to attempt to raise additional 50% that is needed for just one dog. On July 17th, I took part in the Tim Hortons Celebrity Pour. Apparently, wasn't one available at the time. But no, I'm just kidding. By working the drive-through window to help raise funds for Tim Hortons Camp Days. This means local children will have the opportunity to enjoy meeting other kids and participate in typical camping events. And I know what I'll be doing when I eventually retire. On the 17th, we also attended the annual Fredonia PBA picnic at the Beaver Club, and we salute the men and women that wear the blue for Fredonia, and just a wonderful group of men and women and wonderful support by the community, and we thank the Beaver Club for their support as well. On Friday the 15th, I spoke to the young men and women who serve as camp counselors for Fredonia Recreation Summer Program. If you saw us walking around in Bills jerseys, it was Bills Day that day for the kids in the camp. And just a tremendous, tremendous group of young people that are influencing the young campers this summer. We're very proud of each and every one of them, and they've had a tremendous summer. We look for those that will be with us next year to hopefully come back, and I'm sure there will be other opportunities for other folks next summer. We witnessed the ribbon cutting of the new Abram Nature Preserve on the corner of Johnson and Gardner. Officially, the park is on the town of Pomfret property, but is now open to the general public. On Saturday, July 9th, I was invited to witness the promotion of Lieutenant Colonel Robert T. Moore, full colonel status at Range Ranch in Fredonia, Pomfret area. This is a tremendous location if you've never had the chance to stop by Range Ranch. Range Ranch is a ranch that helps veterans going through PTSD, traumatic events. It's also open to first responders as well. They get to work on the farm, they get to work through horse therapy. But we want to congratulate Robert T. Moore. He was Lieutenant Colonel. You've seen him in the paper many times. He's in this area. He is helping with Range Ranch, and he spent 18 years of service in the Marine Corps. I also want to thank Trustee Wandel for making the trip that day as well. And tomorrow, July 23rd, I'll be attending by the invitation of Governor Hochul, the opening of the new Wells Ice Cream expansion. So we're very excited about that. And that's what I have. Well, I have one more thing. This was given to me by Brian Luce, the chair of the Village of Fredonia Planning Board, to the mayor and village Board of Trustees. It says, Dear Mr. Ferguson and trustees, the Village of Fredonia Planning Board met on Tuesday, July 16th to review the Go Bike Central Connection project. After a presentation from Brendan Snetini, the planning board found no objections to the project and suggested it be moving forward to the Village Board of Trustees for approval. The planning board extends their thanks for the opportunity to review and recommend the Go Bike Central Connection project and look forward to working on future projects. Sincerely, Brian Luce, Chair of the Village of Fredonia Planning Board. So that came in late this afternoon. That is the end of my report. We'll go to trustee reports. Trustee Brockler.
Nothing at this time.
Trustee Twitchell.
Yes, I do want to thank also Jim Joy, who is very instrumental in bringing us to the Lake Erie Management Commission. As the mayor said, we're excited about this news, and it's going to be great for the Village of Fredonia, and we will make that announcement as soon as we can about the fishing. And also, I did attend the Library Museum meeting last Wednesday, and I'm happy to report that they do have Wi-Fi service now that will cover the Village Park. And at any time, anybody can go on that website or to connect on the Wi-Fi, and you don't need a password either, which is really great. And also, I did want to say that they do have paintings by Robert John Holland, who passed away a couple of years ago. His paintings are on display at the library, and they're just fabulous paintings. I hope people are able to go out to the library to check those out, and they'll be up until the end of August. And I do have some comments I would like to make about the water plan. I'd like to thank my colleague, Trustee Wandel, for his full report to this board on Fredonia's wastewater treatment plant. I'd very much appreciate our water committee to give an equally detailed report to this board concerning its latest water purchase conversations with the town of Pomfret. And I'd also expect a consideration of how we should proceed with the fact that the town of Pomfret supervisor also serves as the chairperson of the North Chautauqua County Water District. I'd like to remind this board that 2 years ago we entered into an agreement with the district to construct an interconnection for contingency backup. We have not yet been able to secure water from that interconnection. Despite this, I am open to a joint project with either the town or the district to construct a water tank near the village-owned reservoir, which would be beneficial to the village, the town, and the district. And that's all I have to report right now.
Thank you. Also want to let folks who visit the farmers market, as well as the farmers market participants themselves, that we do have a porta potty here now. So it's in the parking lot next to the shed, and hopefully make your visit more comfortable. Trustee Wendell.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have to report on is just to go after what you had commented about the Go Bike initiative. I believe that is going smoothly, and I believe we are going to have a resolution vote on the 31st of July. So that will be scheduled so that we can give it the final go-ahead for the project. And I'd like to thank everyone involved, including our county legislator, Susan Parker, and Brendan Senior from Go Bike. That's it.
Okay, that resolution will come up on the 5th of August. That'll be our next meeting for the 5th of August. Well, thank you. And for those unfamiliar with the Go Bike situation, it's predominantly Central Avenue. And they will be repaving Central Avenue in a little less than 2 years. So that will readdress that once everything's been repaved. Trustee Esperson.
Just a couple things. I attended the PBA picnic at the Beaver Club and had the opportunity to speak to 4 or 5 different officers, which was a great opportunity to listen to their concerns regarding many different issues, and I think that was good. It was a real education for me. Went to the concert in the park Wednesday. Trustee Twitchell and Wandell were there, and I had probably the best roast beef sandwich I've ever had from the food truck from Buffalo. I hope they're back. I had a chance to speak with Alyssa briefly, and we're going to speak more about an emergency spending plan we had previously discussed that will be presented next week. I did meet with Lewis and Scott regarding the drought plan that we talked about. Just to clear up a misconception, I never said there was going to be a drought. I said the National Weather Service indicated the conditions could result in a drought, so being prepared in advance is critical. I think in my time in the military, we spent every day of every week of every month preparing for something we hoped we would never have to enact. So it's kind of along those same lines. That's all I've got.
Well, it's a timely message because if you happen to notice this television this morning nationally, there's a number of droughts that are beginning to pop up, and the weather doesn't seem to be getting much cooler anytime soon. Thank you for your reports, trustees. Trustee Syracuse is not with us tonight. Treasurer's report.
Ben Brockler.
Ben Brockler. No, he didn't. He didn't have
Did
anything.
he?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Treasurer's report.
I just have that we received the $6,500 check from Spectrum.
Yay.
Must be last week when I was off. So I'll be reviewing the contract to see what we're allowed to use it for.
We did receive our payment for the fire and EMS service as well.
Yes.
From the town of Poplar. So thank you. Additional reports, code enforcement report for the month of June 2024.
Building permits issued 14, inspections 50, certificate of occupancy 23, certificate of compliance 17, violations found 14, and violations satisfied 7. Fees collected, permit fees $3,575, certificate of compliance fees $1,940, zoning fees $250 for a total of $5,765. Rental inspections 15, rental renewals 4. 14 permits generated $3,575 revenue. The estimated cost of work for the month of June was $649,500.
Before you go to the next report, I do want to point out, many times you'll hear people out and about in the community, nothing's being built here, why do you have this, why do you have that? If you heard, 14 building permits were issued in 1 month, the month of June. Keep in mind, besides those building permits, the White Inn continues to inch closer and closer to its reopening. We'll be looking forward to the hospital, an additional building in the Route 60 corridor. And if you drive by the college, you can see that there's additional construction work going on there. So good to see that the village is moving forward. Fredonia Justice Court report for the month of 2024.
The following report is for the month of June 2024. Total number of cases closed 130. Of those, vehicle and traffic were 72, criminal cases 41, village ordinances 10, civil cases 3, ABC laws 4, total fines and surcharges $7,627, parking ticket fines $504 for a total of $8,131. And those are all my reports.
Thank you. Resolutions.
Be it resolved that the resolution adopted by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Fredonia on July 8, 2024, authorizing the purchase of 2 single-stage pumps from Moley Industries Incorporated is hereby rescinded.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the resolution adopted by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Fredonia on July 8, 2024, authorizing Lakeshore Paving to be paid $3,762 for 1 day of 2 laborers is hereby rescinded.
Second?
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Be it resolved that pursuant to Section 5520 of Village Law, the following budget transfers are hereby approved. $10,000 from H8120.2 Capital Pump Station upgrades to G8120.49 sanitary sewer maintenance equipment.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Whereas the village requires the pumps to be placed at the Webster Road Pump Station, whereas Seaward Equipment, Rochester, New York, placed a bid to provide 2 Pentair horizontal single-stage split case pumps, an installation for the price of $59,709. Whereas the replacement of these pumps is necessary for the village's purpose to maintain the equipment to move the water for the village, therefore be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes the purchasing of 2 Pentair horizontal single-stage pumps from Seaward Equipment for $59,709.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Whereas the village requires the replacement of sanitary sewer pipe on Central Avenue in front of SUNY Fredonia for the Department of Public Works, and whereas Lakeshore Paving, Jamestown, New York, provided a quote for the excavator to dig to reach the line, as well as 2 laborers for a per-day rate of $3,762, and whereas the replacement of these pipes is necessary for the village's purpose, and the digging is necessary to reach the sanitary pipes, therefore, be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes Lakeshore Paving to be paid at the rate per day rate of $3,762 and not to exceed $10,000.
Second?
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Be it resolved that Thomas Kowski is hereby promoted to the position of Assistant Inspection Officer at a rate of pay of $25.44 per hour, effective July 23, 2024, subject to probationary period of 6 months and all civil services rules and regulations.
Second.
Before we go to vote, from the village, we'd like to congratulate Mr. Kowski, as he had one of the highest scores in his test class, so congratulations. Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
On this next resolution, I'm going to move that we table the resolution regarding Twin Star Business.
Yeah, there is a meeting
Solutions.
that's going to be scheduled to that. We discussed it during workshop that we would be tabling.
I'll second that we table it.
Second? Okay, Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye. The next two resolutions regarding CSEA, I'm gonna make a motion that we table both of them until we have an opportunity to confirm, to confer with our attorneys.
I'll second that.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Be it resolved that the request from Louis Fred to attend the New York State Office of Emergency Management Training on August 5th through August 8th, 2024 in Oriskany, New York, at a cost not to exceed $720 is hereby approved.
Second?
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Wendell?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
We do have a walk-on.
Be it resolved that pursuant to Section 5520 of Village Law, the following budget transfers are hereby approved. $5,000 from A3410.43 Fire Protection Training to A 4540.43 ambulance service training.
I second.
Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
trustee Wendell.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
I'm going to vote nay against this because we really are trying to watch our spending, and I really don't think we need to do this at time. So I will be voting nay on this.
Trustee Esperson.
I'm voting aye because it's money that's already been budgeted for training, and it's strictly to pay for the class, so I'll vote aye on that.
That is 3-1.
Whereas the village has identified a need for a firefighter/paramedic due to a projected retirement, and whereas fighter/EMT PZAC has expressed interest in advancing his education, now therefore be it resolved, firefighter/EMT PZAC will be compensated for all classroom time associated with this program at the hourly rates identified in the current collective bargaining agreement. All clinical time will be performed on firefighter EMT PZAC's own time and not compensated for such, and be it further resolved that the request of Brendan PZAC to attend the New York State Paramedic Program at Erie County Community College beginning August 27, 2024 and concluding August 21, 2025 at a cost not to exceed $10,000 is hereby approved.
And I was written down to second this, but I do not approve this because of the spending right now. We really do have to keep in check our spending. We're already $800,000 behind.
I'll second it
And-
so we can vote on it.
Okay, trustee Brockler.
I'm going to vote nay on this one because we really do need to keep that spending under control, and this is just not a good time for this to happen.
Trustee Wendell.
Question, is this money already budgeted?
No.
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 No,
So this is
it's
new
not.
money.
Right.
I tend to agree that we're in a budget crunch at the moment. I think we need to have some discussions about our budget before we can move forward, so I'll say nay at this time.
Trustee Esperson.
I'm going to say nay for quite a few reasons. One of them, basically, is that we're talking about emergency spending plan, and it's not the time to be authorizing that kind of outlay of funds. And the firefighter EMT has expressed a desire to go to the class without being paid, which I don't think is an unreasonable request, and that it's going to advance his career. And upon completion of the course, according to the contract, he will be in line for a pay increase. So with all that being said, I'm voting nay on this resolution.
Motion fails, 4 votes to none.
Trustee Twitchell, did you vote?
Did you want me to vote on this, though?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you
Yeah.
already did. Go ahead.
And I vote nay because of the reasons
Okay.
I gave.
I'm sorry, I thought you.
No, that's okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up tonight's Village Board meeting. There is no executive session tonight. The next Village of Fredonia workshop will take place on Wednesday, July 31st at 2024 at 9 a.m. in this very room on the second floor of Village Hall. The next Village of Fredonia Board meeting will take place on Monday, August 5th already, 2024 at 7 o'clock in the trustee room, this very room, second floor of Village Hall. With that, we wish you all a good night, safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
And I'll second that.
Trustee Brockler.
Aye.
Trustee Wendell.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Chip, and thank you to the